Hey, love bugs. Welcome to Love Grind. I'm Ebony, your host. Thanks for tuning into Love Grind this week. The week went by so quickly. Thanks to all my supporters who tuned in and thumbs up and subscribed to my channel. Okay, make sure you're getting on Facebook or Instagram, Love Grind, and checking out our wonderful content. I would love to see you there. Love bugs, we're just going to freestyle tonight on some topics that I've been working on, making amends to the people that we've hurt during our addiction, our love addiction, our substance addiction, and just going over that a little bit, okay? I just want to let you know I'm not a licensed therapist, so anybody that you know, including yourself, are having addiction problems, please seek professional help. I'm also so glad that you tuned in to Love Grind. I'm so glad to be here on the mic. So glad that you're listening. Thanks again for all my supporters. Make sure you're getting on Facebook and Instagram and giving us a thumbs up. And I would just love for you to check out all the wonderful content up on our page. So tonight we're going to talk about making amends to some of the people that we hurt in our love addiction, our sex addiction, our substance abuse addiction. And that is so hard for me. I go back and look at all of the times that I thought everything was okay. It wasn't. And I go back and look at all the times that I thought that I was the only one suffering in my addiction and I was the only one who wanted to be loved and needed. But that's not true. So while I was looking and seeking love, I wasn't showing up in the proper way for someone to give me love. And I just want to apologize to my ex and apologize to the people that I hurt in my way, thinking that it was okay for me to be in addiction and to want to receive that love. Does that mean that we're not worthy of love because we're suffering from addiction? No. Does that mean we're not worthy of love because we want to be loved so bad? No. But if you do self-reflection and you really look at yourself, you can see all the flaws that you're having and see that you're putting your happiness in the hands of somebody else and how much pressure that puts on somebody else and how unfair that is. Okay, love bugs, it is not fair to do that. If you're not happy within, it'll show and that other person can pick up on that. It's also very selfish for you to think that your happiness is declared by somebody else, by your partner. They should be in charge of that, and they shouldn't be. It's not their job. It's our job to seek safety within and to be in a secure relationship. You have to be able to disengage from your partner and come back together in a healthy, wonderful way. You have to make sure you're doing that. And I wasn't. And I know some of you tuning in haven't been either, but let's not beat ourselves up about it. Let's not pretend that a lot of people have these issues, and love addiction is huge. Okay, it makes us anxious and insecure about who we are. And we just want the other person to always be giving us positive affirmations or reassurance of our relationship. And that is not a healthy way. And those create unhealthy boundaries and very, very unhealthy expectations, love bugs. It really does. It really sets you up for resentments because they're not meeting those expectations. People don't read minds. And they don't know what you need necessarily all the time. What worse is if you don't know what you need, how can the other person dare to try to meet those needs? In a secure relationship, two people are able to say, you go do what you need to do, and I'm okay with that. They don't need to constantly be reassuring you. The other person is willing to do that if need be. It's not okay to just assume that somebody is available all the time to meet your needs psychologically. And in my last relationship, I think that was the problem. I wanted to be loved so badly. I wanted him to reciprocate my love and to show me the love that I was showing him. And maybe he was. I just couldn't see it because I wasn't sure about myself. I wasn't sure about the love that I did deserve and the love that I did need. That causes a problem because I'm definitely always resentful. Like he can't meet any of my needs or she can't meet any of my needs. And it's not that they can't meet your needs, it's that they love differently. And if you can't see that, well, that's a problem for you. And the relationship never turns out okay. I've been learning a lot about making amends to people that I've hurt, including my family, including my friends, relationships that I didn't water because of the fact that I was using and that I was so stuck in my own addiction. I really hope that you're paying attention to your self-worth and your self-actualizations and knowing who you want to be in the future, who you want to have in your life in the future. And in order to create healthy bonds and healthy relationships, it always goes back to self. And I didn't know that at first. I was selfish. I thought, hey, I'm lovable, even though I have all these quirks. Hey, I'm lovable, even though I have all these unrealistic expectations. Or hey, I'm lovable, even though I don't know who I really am inside. And that was very unfair. And I just hope right now that if my ex ever tunes in, that he can understand But I do apologize for that. I do apologize for being selfish and self-centered, bossy and shrewd. Okay? So always look at your not so good characteristics and work on those. And it's hard to do because I have a lot of ego, love bugs, and I have a lot of pride. And believe me, it is so hard. I'm like, I'm cool, collective, pretty. Who wouldn't want to hang out with me? Then I got to doing some self-discovery and understood that a lot of the flaws that I had did oversee my relationship, including my substance abuse, including my addiction to love. When you're so needy like that, people tend to back away. Like, I can't meet all your needs. What the fuck is this? Since I can't meet all your needs, I'm definitely running. So I see that now. And to my family and friends, and to your family and friends, make sure you water those relationships. Make sure you're present. Make sure you're available, not just romantically. There's so many other relationships besides romance. Make sure you ask the key questions, and make sure you're open to being asked questions that need to be asked, and being vulnerable, which is a really fucking hard thing to do. Because to me, being vulnerable means shameful. And it means people have the chance to walk all over me. And I do not want that to be part of my life. I do not want people to walk all over me. They don't have to. You can set healthy boundaries for people, and they can understand that. And you can still be vulnerable with the people that love you and the people that want to love you. If you're not open to love bugs, you'll never find it. If you're not open to being vulnerable, you'll never have anybody be truthful and to show up authentically for you. And if you want to show up authentic for somebody else, you definitely have to have your nose wide open sometimes. That's just how relationships go. I hope you learned something tonight, love bugs. I hope you learned that it all leads back to self. If you don't love yourself, if you're not secure with yourself, you cannot have a romantic relationship. And therefore, it'll still feed your addiction to love or to a substance. And always remember that substances don't help your addiction to love. They make it worse. They make you obsessive and crude. They make you suspicious and paranoid. And nobody healthy. Everyone's not healthy, but to a healthy relationship, that makes for a bad relationship. And it taints the other person, because in their next relationships, they're always going to be looking out for the shit that you did to them. They're always going to be looking out for like, oh, is this person like this because of the last person? So just always make sure you're paying attention to that. And make amends to the people that you've hurt in the wake of your love addiction and in the wake of you trying to find romance. You know, you tend to stop talking to your friends and your siblings and sometimes your family when you're in a romantic relationship because you're so focused on being loved. And that's not good. So if you need to make some amends this week, if you need to tell somebody that you're sorry, if you need to tell somebody that you're here, you're doing the best that you can, and you see some of your flawed characteristics, do that. It's so freeing. I'm so glad that you tuned in tonight to Love Grind. I love that you're here and you're listening. Continue to do so. Tell your friends. Tell everybody about it, okay? And until next time, love bugs, I'm out.